Hey, buddies. I'm actually losing sleep over Xbox news. True story. I'm actually reading blogs longer than I should before a day of playing on the show. It's screwing me over. And the reason for it is I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed because this is an important time. I keep on reiterating this. People are like, what's the big deal? Back off, wait till they finish, like, whatever they're going to say. The thing is, they should have never given that little nugget of information in the first place. Adam Sessler speculates that Harrison never intended to ever address the used game thing and that he let that slip, that there would be a little fee for trading and using games. And that because of that, he's had to give further statements, and every one of those statements is different. Every one of them, to every different blog and interviewer everywhere, is a little bit different, and you have to compare each and every one to try to piece together the information. Finally, he states on his blog that reports out there about the use of used games, the trading, are all incomplete or incorrect. Well, it's your fault. Fucking get a statement out, get the real thing out for everybody to know, and that's the thing. I don't think they have an actual strategy, but right now, I want to focus on something else. I want to talk about the best case scenario. The scenario that just came out right now is that you might be able to go to a GameStop, trade in the game, and they'll deactivate it on your account. That sort of thing. So trading is still up in the air, though, among your friends. We don't know about that. And at GameStop itself, at least there will be third parties involved, maybe, hopefully, in the trade-in process. Regardless, I want to talk about the possibilities of an ecosystem in which you can't trade or sell games. Let's go back 3 days to the point where we really thought it was complete 100% no trading in using games. It's tied to your account, just like something else we know. Steam. This has been the best argument. I will acknowledge it. The best argument in favor of this system from Microsoft. We've been dealing with this on Steam for a long time now. People love Steam. People love Valve. They love Valve a heck of a lot more than they like any other company in gaming, maybe besides Nintendo, but they got the point of Mario and nostalgia on their side, so it doesn't really count. But Steam has non-transferable license. In most countries, there are some countries but that by law force Steam to allow people to resell their games. That's another story. I'm going to concentrate on the Americas and the countries that play by America's rules. So you have a non-transferable license, and this is something that has been in PC gaming for a long time. Technically, even back in the day, you could trade PC games and your CD key, but in the most recent, in the modern times of PC gaming, we've all accepted that you buy a game on Steam, that thing's going to be attached to your account, and the only way that you're going to be able to share these games is if you share that account with someone and trust them enough, and you're breaking the terms of service by doing that. And you can't use your account while they're playing those games. So it's not an ideal situation and was never intended by Steam. So let's play by the rules and pretend that we can never trade those games. What has that done to the Steam ecosystem? I think we all know the answer to that. Whether this is correlation or not, the fact is Steam is apples to oranges. Because on Steam, on the day that a game comes out, in most cases you can get a game for $40 with sales, with discount codes on third parties that Steam allows to happen. In addition to that, you wait a month and that game has usually come down. Borderlands itself came down almost 30% within a month. After that, it was down to like 50% in like 2 to 3 months. I'm not going by actual figures here. This is just from my mind's eye, but this is how I remember it. And then right now, it's like $14 and yeah, so I think it even might include DLC. I'm not sure. But anyways, the fact is, this isn't something I have to prove to you. You guys know about Steam sales. I have swaths of games. It's digital hoarding of games. You see a Steam sale, you buy it. You buy everything you see there because the price is so trivial that even if there's a remote chance that one day you're going to want to play those games, it's worth buying. Their marketplace has adjusted. There are probably many different factors, some of them being just experimentation by Gabe Newell and his buddies, who he is very proud of his experimentations. I remember reading a blog from back when I used Dig, so it was quite a ways back, probably like 2008 or something like that. He did interviews, and he's done quite a few since, that refer to this topic where you reduce the price by a percentage and sales increase exponentially. Not revenue. Not sales, revenue increases exponentially. So I don't know the exact numbers, but it was like something like you reduce the price by 30% and sales increase by 60%, or revenue increases by 60%. You reduce it by 60%, revenue increases by 280% or something like that. And he's seeing this thing where like there's a sweet spot for price points, and I think that the gaming market, hell, the movie market for take-home DVDs, Blu-rays, has been stuck in this antiquated old method of pricing media that has always had the residual value of the media built into the price. And by that I'm talking about the used game market. They have always, the used game, the used movie, used books, all of these have had residual values built into their initial price. They expect that a large proportion of the people who buy these things will trade, resell, give them to others, lend them out. That is what they built into the price. That's why a movie is $20 when I think that it should be $5 to take home a DVD. That is why a game is $60 when I think it should be $20 for a game. And that's why a book that I think should be, you know, I don't know what the price of a book should be, like $5 again, probably, something like that. I think that all these prices, we're going to start seeing a sliding scale as digital media becomes more prevalent. I just bought a Kindle. I'd like to see that happen to books. It hasn't yet, but this actually also goes to my point. The Kindle was a choice. I know that I'm getting ripped off in the sense that I can't lend out my books. Becky doesn't like using the Kindle. I can't pass that book to her because she refuses to use it. She likes physical books. So we're like, in many cases, thankfully we don't read the same books all the time, but if we ever did, we would be buying 2 copies of the same book, which is silly. Good thing is I'm only buying right now, concentrating on the $2 classics, so it's a really moot point. But anyways, my point is that the Kindle was a choice. There was a cost benefit and a convenience benefit to me. I like the idea of carrying around books on a little tiny light device that I can carry into bed and it lights up, and all these different benefits of a device like that. And I'm a geek, so I like digital. I like that idea. The same goes with Steam. Steam was a choice. Those who were using Steam had the choice to use Steam, and that's the crux of the argument about the Xbox versus PlayStation debate. Right now, as far as we know, PlayStation 4 is not going to use this method of locking down your games to your account. We don't know that that's 100% true. They might end up doing it too, and I'd like to actually discuss that as well if that happens. But right now, the reason that I am so up in arms about this is we have a choice. We can go with Microsoft, and as far as we know now, those prices are going to stay the same. In the best case, we'll see the same thing that happens on Steam. If they were to go 100% tying things to your account, you're going to see the same thing that happened on Steam, where the residual value is destroyed, and so prices come down. But do we trust Microsoft to do that? To counter the Steam argument, Steam does it, and look, everybody loves Steam. We went to Steam because of the price. I went to Steam because of the prices. Some go to it because they are PC gamers and they love the benefits of PC gaming. So that's the other thing. Like, I went to Kindle because I like the benefits of Kindle. They go to PC gaming because they like extra graphic power and they like having everything on one system. Blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I lost my Steam, Kindle, Microsoft. The thing is, we've had digital titles on Xboxes, on PlayStations for quite a while now. You've been able to download titles, and I've been waiting to see that same trend online. They've gotten rid of their cost of manufacturing and distribution, and they've destroyed the residual value of trading those digital copies. Why haven't we seen that same trend on the Xbox marketplace? The closest that we've seen to it in the console world has been with PlayStation. Sony, I have seen much deeper discounts on Sony than on Xbox, specifically to deal with their PSN. The PlayStation Plus program, which I will always bring up, has added so much value to console gaming, and that is a trend I want to see with Microsoft. So, in some ways, I am excited, and I welcome, maybe, even this doomsday scenario that I've been ranting about for a few days now. If Microsoft's the only one who does it. I would like to see that if this scenario happens, if we see a change, a sliding downward towards a lower price point for the initial buy-in of a game. I still think it's crummy that there wouldn't be a possibility in that scenario of trading games among your friends. I think that this scenario is almost the 100% scenario of locking down games is kind of quashed, because Xbox has said there will be a way of trading in How that'll be governed, we have yet to see, as they've made abundantly clear, hopefully before E3. But anyways, I in some ways, the devil's advocate in me wants to see this go through. I want to see the worst case scenario from Xbox locking down things to your account to see if it works like Steam and we get a utopian Steam sale world on the Xbox. Likelihood of that, slim to none, I think, though, just judging from the characteristics of the companies. But maybe we can go and see, like, maybe we wait and see, and who knows what could happen. It's exciting times, I guess, in some ways. On the other note, though, speaking to if Sony waits for all this is watching this and going, oh my god, I'm glad we didn't say it first. In that event that they have something that locks it down and they were able to keep a lock on any rumors coming out from their internals that made all these rumors start. We wouldn't even be discussing this if those rumors hadn't broken. If it wasn't for those rumors, nobody would have even asked Major Nelson that question at the press conference. What about used games? And then he wouldn't have slipped and told people that there'd be a fee. If PlayStation does it, well, that is a kind of a sad time, because then we won't see any experimentation in the market. We'll see a sort of like, there won't be a trend towards something, as opposed it'll just be like a switch, and it'll be like there's no choice at that point, is my point. No choice, and that's the bad thing, is the choice. And that's what all of my vlogs before now have been about. It's reiterating to you that you have a choice. Please weigh the positives versus the negatives. Consider the value of trading games among your friends and the aftermarket. But I don't know. We have yet to get the full details. Again, Microsoft's fault. I blame them 100% for this entire fiasco and for making me lose sleep. I think that's it. Oh, but then the final thing, and this is probably a major vlog topic for another day, Steambox. And what is that going to do to the console market? It could turn it on its head, but I need to do more research before I have a true opinion on that. All I can say is that Gabe Newell has been in some interviews hinting at the idea of trading games on Steam, and that could really blow everything wide open. Again, E3 is around the corner, probably one of the biggest ones that we could ever be involved with on the show. The only thing I could think of would be if the show had started like 3 or 4 years earlier when the Wii came out. So this is exciting times kind of for me, and that's again why, although I seem quite upset in these vlogs, I'm excited because I'm a part of something that's changing everything in a small way, and I get to be kind of on the ground floor analyzing it as it happens, as talking is one of my favorite things to do. Keep watching, buddies. I love you. See you later.